The training facility on Kepler Station hummed with the electric tension of interspecies competition. Commander Zexthara, a towering Valtarian with 4 arms and reflexes honed by millions of years of predatory evolution, stood before the newest batch of galactic defense cadets. His scaled hide gleamed under the harsh fluorescent lights as he surveyed the mixed group of species before him. "Combat reflexes," he announced in his rasping voice, "separate the living from the dead in real warfare. Most of you possess adequate neural pathways." His 4 yellow eyes swept across the assembled cadets before settling on 2 humans standing near the back. However, some species are naturally disadvantaged. Mino Chen crossed her arms, her dark eyes flashing with barely contained irritation. Beside her, Daniel Rodriguez remained perfectly still, though his jaw tightened almost imperceptibly. They had heard this lecture before, how humans were soft, slow, weak creatures who had somehow stumbled into the galactic community through luck rather than merit. The humans, for instance, Zexthara continued, his mandibles clicking in what passed for amusement among his kind, possess reaction times averaging 200 milliseconds. Pathetic compared to a Valtarian's 50 milliseconds or even a Krillion's 75 milliseconds. Several alien cadets chittered and hissed in what could only be described as laughter. Mino stepped forward, her voice steady despite her rising anger. "With respect, Commander, perhaps we could demonstrate rather than theorize." Zexthara's 4 eyes narrowed simultaneously. "Oh? The little pink skin wishes to embarrass herself publicly? Very well." He gestured toward the combat ring with 2 of his arms. "Let us see these legendary human reflexes in action." The other cadets formed a circle around the padded combat area. Mino entered first, rolling her shoulders and shaking out her hands. She had trained for this moment since joining the academy. Every human cadet had. They knew they would face this challenge eventually. Zexthara followed, his movements fluid and predatory. At 8 feet tall with natural armor plating, he looked like evolution's perfect killing machine. "Standard rules apply. First to land. 3 strikes wins. Try not to cry when this is over quickly." The starting bell chimed. Zexthara struck immediately, all 4 arms moving in a blur of coordinated strikes. To the watching aliens it looked like certain victory. Their instructor was legendary for his speed and precision. But Mino wasn't there. She had read his pre-strike muscle tension, the slight shift in his weight distribution, the microscopic dilation of his pupils. While his reflexes were faster, her prediction was better. She rolled under his strikes, came up behind him, and delivered a light tap to his lower back before dancing away. "1," she called out. Zexthara spun around, confusion replacing confidence. Lucky guess, it won't happen again. This time he approached more cautiously, feinting with his upper arms while preparing a devastating combination with his lower ones. His strike speed was inhuman, covering distance in fractions of a second. Mino seemed to stumble, appearing to fall directly into his attack. At the last microsecond, she twisted, letting his momentum carry him past while she tagged his exposed flank. 2. The alien audience fell silent. This wasn't possible. Their champion, their genetically superior instructor, was being made to look foolish by a creature that shouldn't even be able to see his attacks coming. Zexthara's yellow eyes burned with fury and desperation. He abandoned all pretense of technique and launched himself in a final all-out assault. Every limb became a weapon, striking from impossible angles with lethal precision. Mino closed her eyes. The watching crowd gasped. Surely she had given up, accepted defeat in the face of overwhelming force. Instead, something remarkable happened. Without sight to distract her, Mino's other senses expanded. She heard the whistle of air displacement, felt the minute changes in air pressure, sensed the heat signature of Zexthara's approaching limbs. Her body moved like water, flowing around each strike by the narrowest of margins. When she opened her eyes, she was standing calmly in the center of the ring while Zexthara lay sprawled on the mat, having overextended and lost his balance in his furious assault. 3, Mino said quietly, helping the stunned instructor to his feet. Denial stepped forward from the crowd, his voice carrying clearly across the silent training facility. "Commander, may I explain something about human reflexes?" Zexthara could only nod, his pride thoroughly shattered. You're right that our basic reaction time is slower, Denial continued. But you're measuring the wrong thing. You see, humans didn't evolve to have the fastest reflexes. We evolved to have the smartest ones. He gestured to Mino, who was calmly stretching as if nothing had happened. While you were reacting to what was happening, she was predicting what would happen. Human brains excel at pattern recognition, threat assessment, and predictive modeling. We don't just react, we anticipate. The alien cadets began murmuring among themselves, viewing the humans with new eyes. Furthermore, Denial added, humans have something most species lack: the ability to improve our reflexes through training and mental conditioning. We call it muscle memory, but it's really predictive adaptation. The more we fight, the better we become at reading our opponents. Zexthara straightened his uniform, his multiple eyes studying both humans with grudging respect. Perhaps, he said slowly, the Academy's training protocols need updating. Mino smiled. We'd be happy to help design new exercises, Commander. After all, we're all on the same side out there. As the training session resumed with notably less species-based mockery, Denial leaned close to Mino. Think they finally understand why humans keep surviving wars we shouldn't be able to win? Give them time, she replied, watching Zexthara demonstrate a technique with considerably more humility than before. They'll figure out that being the underdog just makes us more dangerous. In the vast cosmos, humanity had found its place, not through superior strength or speed, but through superior adaptation and the unshakable belief that any challenge could be overcome with enough determination and clever thinking. And on Kepler Station, two young humans had just reminded the galaxy why that made Earth's children so formidable. The universe had much to learn about human reflexes, and much to fear from human ingenuity.